everyone, welcome back to another week of Smogon Premier League ADV. This is week 5, and I am joined by Zetts.
Xtina, thank you so much for having me. It's awesome to be here. Been looking forward to this.
Woo, wonderful. I think many of us at home, here at the studio, as it were, in the comments, everywhere, have been looking forward to this as well. It's wonderful to have you on. We've got some great games for y'all this week. First one up here is Pixie 909 versus Endill. Just kidding. Actually, I guess it doesn't matter what order we do them in. So we can do that, but just for consistency's sake, because this is the tab that I have furthest on the left, and why change things up? We
Totally.
Yes, indeed. In fact, we have Garay Oak versus JabbaTheGriffin. Garay Oak, definitely a older school player, 3-1 right now, second best record of the pool. However, his opponent, JabbaTheGriffin, is the boomerest of boomers. Like, we're talking this guy invented CM spam. Like, the first guy to be like, what if I put a bunch of mons with CM on the same team? So Jabba right now is 0-1, having lost last week to Blaise, Pixie 909, who was previously on the screen in that other tab, an up-and-comer. So we'll have to see if Garay Oak, a boomer, can be out-boomered by JabbaTheGriffin. Maybe this is the only thing that can stop him, because that seems to be his weakness. Triangles, the current only 4-0 record in the pool, got him last time. Do you have any other thoughts on these players before we get into it?
It's Battle of the Boomers. We're gonna fly by the seat of our pants. Let's get started. Let's jump in.
Wonderful. All right, here we go. Zapdos, Metagross. Metagross retreating. And Baton
Meta
Pass.
not clicking a button. And two Celebes.
Yes, 2 Celebes showed. Ooh, and so, okay, Aerodactyl. This is making me wonder, did Jabba load Swords Dance Pass?
That's what I was thinking too. And that Rock Slide, that could indicate Lychee, because typically even bulky Gar will take a bit more than that from a slide.
Fori just tanked that Fire Punch, so definitely max sped F on that. Getting a Spike down and then switching out. Let's see, switches into a Fire Punch. What's gonna happen?
Here's the Sands.
A burn!
Oh, he gets burned, but it's Lum. It's Lum, Berry, T-Tar, avoiding disaster for now. Swamper's gonna come in to try to deal with this.
Ooh,
and Jabba pivots right back to the Celebi.
Right to the Celebi. Okay, we see leftovers on the Swampert, so no end pert there. Looking like a special offense from Garay Oak. Hidden Power Fire, I assume, connects with the Zapdos there for a solid chunk of health. Okay. Hidden Power Ice connects with the Celebi. Ice. And Psychic.
Okay, well, this does not look like Swords Dance Pass anymore on the Celebi.
Definitely not. And that's probably Suitar alongside of Fortress. And ooh, okay, Doug is in on the Celebi. Should be able to claim a kill with HP Bug.
True, it is going to allow the Arrow or some other flyer unrevealed to come in and try to get a little bit of momentum back. No, it's actually just going to be the meta since the Doug is locked into Bug, of course.
Okay, and a big Choice Banded Meteor Mash coming out into the Jirachi. What's Garay Oak
That is
gonna
huge
do?
Damage. Can you avoid the burn this time? You can.
You can.
But it's going to be a 2-hit in both directions. Fire Punch just hit 52%. Jabba does not want to give up the meta yet. Going to sack the Fori instead.
Makes
Are we going to be
sense.
seeing the Arrow? No, it's the T-Tar once more.
The T-Tar. It makes sense punting Fori there, because no spikes on that other side. You've got your spike up, and you don't want the other guy burned. Okay, Tar gets a DD. Is it going to be able to get another?
Absolutely. Barring a crit, this is going to be an easy second Dragon Dance.
Oh,
what
man.
percent is the Swampert at?
The Swampert's pretty high. The Swampert is at 94%. Doesn't want to switch it in directly. Makes sense. Throws the Dug away, because what's that going to do against +2? That guy with the arrow in the back. Pert should be a decent stop to this. Are we going to see a third Dragon Dance? No.
That would be insane, but the Pert is going to take so much damage from this, and that's going to set up the Arrow so well in the back.
It sure is. Doesn't even get a move off with that being killed. And okay, the last mod revealed is Suicune. Interesting. That goes against the H-Clat commandments. Fori plus Suicune, but Jabba's making it work.
H-Clap, please divert your eyes. And Jabba chooses to go Suicune and get a Calm Mind up. Hanks a Giga Drain.
Celebi is not taking that Ice Beam. Ooh, and the Freeze. Oh, man.
The Freeze is crazy. That's offensive Celebi and or offensive Suicune. I did not expect it to do 86%. And Jabba's going to take this opportunity to get an additional Calm Mind. Things are getting out of hand for Garay. Can he stabilize? Does he have enough resources left? He might think his only out is to get the Thaw. Ends up getting sacked off. And Zap, there's no way it can do 70%.
No, it's definitely not going to. Unless a crit and no. Oh, but it does get a para.
Oh,
Full
the
para?
para.
Okay. Garay Oak
no more
still in this
Zapdos
for now. Pert is super chipped. Jirachi is at 40%, so Arrow's looking like a real problem, and it lives! Does it get a hit off? No.
Oh, that's actually so huge, because if you eliminate the Gengar, Arrow can lock into EQ. Instead, I think the meta has to come in. No, it's gonna be the Arrow.
HP flying.
Well, I guess it could be Sub-Leechy, right? If it is Sub-Leechy, you can switch your move, and I think the Arrow just wins.
It does. Assuming that's what it is, and let's see. Okay. No, but at this point, it doesn't even need to. It should just be able to lock into Earthquake and take things out. Okay, because Fire Punch will kill this here, so now it's all up to the Arrow. Rachi's not gonna live one of these.
This is checkmate. There's no way. We see lefties on the Rachi. There's no Endure Salak shenanigans that can save Garay Oak now.
Yeah,
and the Swampert's nearly dead to the spike.
Well, let's see how many protects he can chain in a row. It is still technically possible, but he's gonna need a lot of protects. We've got 1 so far, 2 so far.
Okay, there's the second one. Torrent Surf will kill if Garay Oak can get to a range where this becomes a roll. He might need a third protect.
Gets a third protect!
Goes forward and gets it.
Okay.
Hold on.
Let's see.
Hold on, everybody.
It might be a roll at this point, depending on how defensive
you
the
might
bird
be able
is.
to live.
Ah.
Oh, thinks he needs the 4th one. Goes
And
for it,
does.
doesn't get it, and did, in fact, need it. That was close. Garay Oak almost stealing it back, but Jabba taking it over Garay Oak in the Battle of the Boomers.
In the Battle of the Boomers. That's the thing, is there's always a bigger boomer. JabbaTheGriffin. Crazy stuff.
That was crazy.
That was. Now 1-1, so good stuff. And Jabba, I believe, was last seen at SPL in like 2018 or something. So making a triumphant return here. 1-1. So fantastic stuff from both players. Any other thoughts on this battle before we move to the next one?
That's wild. This upcoming week, whenever you release your week 6 video, I believe Jabba is going to be playing against Triangles. And I saw some people talking in Discord saying, oh, surely they must have played like 12 years ago. And Jabba responded, I think our first SPL game was 10 years ago. It was an SPL 7 where Jabba played against Triangles in ADV.
Crazy.
And it made me think it could be fun to go back and maybe do some content on like some of like the early SPLs in the off season at some point.
You absolutely should. That would be so fire. I for one would watch it. Y'all in the comments definitely, or I guess people watching this video, we can call you. Definitely go check that out. Subscribe to Zetts. And also, I guess since I haven't been doing this annoying YouTuber call to action stuff, you should subscribe to this channel because I haven't been annoying about you guys doing that, and you guys should. So please do. Okay. Anyway, on to the next battle. We have Johnald versus Zinc. Both of these players. Yeah. We got some heat for y'all because Zinc is 3-1 right now and Johnald is 3-1. So both some of the stronger records in this pool, and people were wondering, I've said this every single time that Zinc's on the screen. People are like, oh, Zinc, who's this? How's she gonna do? Really well, it turns out. 3-1. And Johnald, definitely a newer player. Potentially the newest in this entire SPL pool, given like Smogon Forum's join data count. I think of like something crazy like 2024, but he's already just kicking ass, taking names, like 3-1. Crazy stuff. Got any other thoughts on him, Zetts?
I am just like so happy for and proud of Johnald specifically. He's just catapulted himself to the forefront of the top players in the scene so quickly. Like getting top ladder positions, coming up with like crazy teams, doing super well in circuit tours. He's earned a lot of respect, and he's a really awesome guy, creative builder. Can't say enough nice things about him. I don't know Zinc as well. I know her a bit through Discords, and she runs like a draft league and stuff too. And so she's super involved, and it's cool to see her as like a newer SPL gamer doing so well off the bat. This is a sick match between 2, 3-1 like newer gamers, and the winner of this is going to be 4-1 going into week 6. I mean, that's just sick. And I mean, I've been watching every single SPL match this season basically as it happens. So this whole past week I had to not watch and I had to avoid spoilers. So I've been looking forward to this match specifically for like a week. Woo. And it's time. It's time, gamers. Let's go.
It's time. Let's get it. All right, lead matchup. What we got? Tar versus Starmie. Okay, if this is Mr. Water Me, Tar's got to run away from this, and probably will regardless. Let's see.
Johnald's got Blissey, just coming in on a standard surf.
No pump. Let's see if
and
we
is
got
it
leftovers.
lefties?
It is lefties. Okay, very good. So Zinc knowing that Tar has to run away from that. What move are we going to see clicked into the Starmie here? We're going to see Skarmory clicked. Really solid click. Let's see if Tyranitar has Fire Blast or if anything else is going to try to punish. Okay, Dancing on, likely a Spike.
Yep, just going to get a DD up. Johnald is effectively forced to roar here. But will he get crit? Will he get flinched?
Ooh, 30% chance. Doesn't get it this
Dodges
time.
it.
Who's coming in? Swampert. That's exactly what Skarmory wants. Although, with the Starmie revealed... Oh, it's Endpert. No leftovers.
It is. Will Johnald just immediately roar it out?
Rest.
It's Rest Skarmory.
Rest Chesto?
Chesto, what?
Okay. This, it's a little unconventional here.
Excuse me?
Why did it... Okay. Okay. Johnald is operating beyond my level of comprehension. Resting in the face of the Pert. I guess maybe with the intent of, like, somehow... Maybe it has Thief? Like, to steal leftovers after having clicked Chesto Rest, and maybe that's what he did. He just wanted to get the Chesto out of the way so he could click Thief, like, as soon as possible. I guess that depends on the pace of the team you're fighting. This is some crazy stuff here. Okay, Starmie in on the Swampert.
Very interested to see the rest of the Skarm set. Maybe it's Aroma Bliss to support the rest after Chesto has been eaten, but for it to be Spike's Roar, Rest, Thief, you're giving up both Drill Peck and Toxic, which most traditional ADVers would tell you is illegal.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it very well could be not that, but I mean, Johnald has tried crazier stuff. This Pert just throwing Toxic down, but fortunately for Johnald, he has 2 natural cure mons, so should be able to just cycle through. And Zinc taking the opportunity to get Starmie in on a likely switch out of Toxic into Starmie. Okay, let's see what Starmie set we have here, because so far we've only seen Recover revealed. Doesn't mean that it's not off me. Let's see what we got.
My vibe check is telling me that this is 2 Def Me's facing one another. Johnald goes to Blissey. And this could try to spread paralysis. Machamp from
Is it going to
Zinc.
catch up? Okay, so Thunderbolt here. That would have been a crazy in on Thunder Wave, getting Guts activated. But Machamp is still very scary for Blissey. What is the Blissey or the Machamp switch in? Are we going to see a bulk up here? We do see a bulk up here. This is a great way of getting Mence in and chipping it down. Because you can take an HP Fly and trade for a Rock Slide because you're not affected by Intimidate. HP Fly is clicked. Will Rock Slide land?
Wow. That still does so much. The Machamp is going to be dead. Oh, and it gets a crit that I don't think that was going to kill without the crit, folks.
It most certainly was not. And now Zinc, because this dies to Sandstorm, gets to pivot out on reaction because the first switch happens before the death. So, yeah, we'll see. Okay, no Thunder Wave coming out.
Registeel revealed. We have paralyzed the revealed Rest Skarmory for what it's worth. And
are we gonna see Thief? This is the moment. Are we? If it has,
this would be a crazy
And
moment.
there it is. Okay.
How did you call this?
I've messed around with Rest Skarm and Thief and stuff like that in my V5 phase. So yeah, I've hypothesized such things, but to see it in an SPL is like another level. That's so fire.
This is awesome. And if it is Rest with Aroma support on the Bliss, this is an excellent target to steal the lefties. Unfortunate full para. That is going to put some pressure on the Skarm. It can't take another seismic toss.
It's got to run away.
Johnald has to go elsewhere. It's going to be the T-Tar coming in. And no T-Wave, no proactive T-Wave. Zinc just wants the damage. And we do see the lefties on T-Tar.
We sure do. Ooh, Focus Punch into the Thunder Wave. Okay, will the Focus Punch connect? 75% chance. Wow, that's a lot of damage on Registeel.
Big permanent damage on the Registeel, and if it has Explosion, Zinc is going to be pretty pressured to click it in the near future. Earthquake or Flamethrower could just take the rest of the Registeel, and it does, and I think that Johnald has dealt with the Registeel fairly well.
Yeah, that
it did spread paralysis, but we might see Aroma, and Aroma could be crazy right now.
Although, the thing is, I guess we've seen Thunderbolt and Softboil, so very well could be Aroma and T-Bolt. That is a set you see sometimes. Zinc right now maybe fishing for a paralysis on the T-Tar instead of just killing it off with a Hydro Pump.
A single para here could be devastating for Johnald. He avoids it, and that's going to stop the Pert from trading like 3 for 1, which sometimes it feels like N-Pert can do if it gets the perfect scenario.
Okay, Skarmory
Johnald goes
sacked
Skarm.
here. Okay, Surf and Pert, so there will be no chance of misses here.
Is it Doug last? No, but the Starmie, if it's fast enough, it could actually outspeed the +1 Swampert, which can only get to 360.
Oh, not happening. So it'll have to recover stall and maybe play some mind games here. Oh, doesn't. Just opts to trade. So
yeah, Johnald is just gonna take the trade. Gonna die to the Sandstorm, and now, like you mentioned earlier, now Johnald is gonna get the initiative. His Starmie dies to Sand.
What kind of rock resist do we have? What's the rock resist? It's Metagross. Okay. EQ
they both stay
out.
to just trade down.
Mash
lands
kills.
the mash.
All right.
Yeah, after a spike, that will kill. The T-Tar, I don't think it had leftovers.
Yeah.
And here's Mence last for Zinc.
Yeah, okay, interesting. So does Zinc have a way through this Blissey here? We're DDing up. Are we going to see a boom? Yeah. Johnald's not risking it. Not letting the DD happen.
Nice. Maybe had Zinc gone to me and sacked the boom on Starmie, maybe the Mence can get through, but
yeah.
Because Johnald's T-Tar is a little chipped and it was full parent. That might have been the entire game, folks, but
yeah,
I think we've seen Thunderbolt on the Blissey without insane para-luck, and Zinc with the GG in the chat.
There we go.
The crit largely unnecessary, and Johnald moves on to 4-1 over Zinc in week 5.
Crazy. Absolutely nuts. Yeah, that might have been it there with switching Mence out and then going for like DD or even just like flinches on the Bliss. If it had Brick, then that would have maybe made it a little bit easier because then you can just go for one Rock Slide and then Brick maybe will get you all the way there and certainly would against T-Tar. But yeah, on a team like this, I wonder, would it have been that? That might be like, honestly, like the least I've seen a Registeel accomplish in one of these games. The Skarmory really took it to task, taking its leftovers, and then the Focus Punch on the T-Wave. Like, really well handled by Johnald.
This is what I'm talking about, folks. Johnald, he's pushing the envelope. He's innovating. One of the most interesting gamers and minds in ADV, you know, ushering us into a postmodern era of ADV, so to speak. And if you look at Zinc's team, Zinc brought so many different ways to handle Blissey. Johnald dealt with them one by one excellently and was able to preserve the Blissey until the very, very end. Like you said, the way that he was able to deal with the Registeel. And again, even despite the Machamp crit on the Mence, Trey's down there, and good stuff to him. Zinc's still having a really good showing in her first, I believe, her first SPL season
absolutely.
as well.
Definitely so. And yeah, Zinc now sitting at 3-2. Still one of the absolute best records in the pool. Yeah, phenomenal stuff by both players. Really cool like team in general by Zinc. The like lead me and yeah, we love to see him a champ. We love to see him a champ. He'll be showing up in the thumbnail unless something else crazy happens. But
True.
any other thoughts?
I'm sure
on this?
Fruhdazi.
Yeah,
I'm sure Fruhdazi approves. He's the biggest Machamp believer in the community, it feels.
I'm right there with him. That mon's awesome. It did exactly what it's supposed to do in this game. Like, you get the Mence in, you chip it. In my Mushi League set this week, I did the same thing minus the crit, and that definitely paid off. We love Machamp. One of the best ways to lure in and remove Mence, who otherwise is kind of hard to do that to. Like, fighters are a great way of doing that because otherwise it just makes it to late game unchipped, and with these bulky, like crazy, like only 44 attack EVs Mences you see running around sometimes, like they can soak an Ice Beam from things you would not expect, and so finding a way to even just like chip them, even if you don't kill them outright early game, can be incredibly invaluable for offenses and some balances. So really cool stuff. Any other thoughts before we move on to our next game?
Last thought is it's interesting watching top players implementing fighters in the tier. You know, in a tier where T-Tar is widely considered the best mon in the tier, fighters aren't that prevalent. Of course, they see use, as we see here. Totally. And there's a variety to pick from, but it feels like everybody has their hot take. You know, some people love Metacham. They believe in Metacham. Others think it's Heracross. Some people, although fewer than ever, it seems, really like Breloom. But it feels like there is room for so many different fighters to, you know, have a presence in the tier and be slotted in on different archetypes. And that's one of my favorite things to see when top players do opt for a fighter. Which one is it and why? And I'd be curious to hear Zinc talk a little bit about, you know, why Machamp of all fighters in particular was slotted here.
Totally.
Just love, you know, hearing and reading, you know, people's thoughts on that.
Absolutely. Yeah, fighters definitely are the spice of ADV. The kind of thing you keep in your car. If you know, you know. All right, here we go. Next,
shoutouts to Moonman.
Shoutouts to Moonman. We got Triangles and Mayo up next, and this is going to be a very interesting set. Triangles sitting at 4-0, the only undefeated record in the pool, and
that's right.
Yeah, just you know, like repping the boomer status here in this pool, and then we've got Mayo, who this is. her playing debut, I believe. Like, you know, I think she was in the last one. I really should know this, but she is currently 1-2, despite bringing some really cool stuff and playing really well. So I look forward to seeing how these two do in this set. Do you have any thoughts before we get into this one?
No thoughts in particular. Always exciting to see a player try to stay undefeated, especially up against a player who, you know, I think you and I agree. We've seen Mayo in the first couple of weeks play well, and you know, sometimes you don't get the outcome that you want or that you feel you thought you were gonna get. It's best of one. It's Pokemon. You know, variance happens
for sure.
But I think Mayo is going to be very dangerous in this kind of a setting where she's like, I feel like I could easily be 2-1. I am going to make this week count. I'm going to be 2-2. Interesting to see in that position what kind of strategy she's going to bring against a player who has not lost the entire season.
Totally. So is Triangles, as a result, I wonder, going to pick something a little bit more safe just to maintain that edge, that advantage? And it's sort of a common preference I've noticed among players is if you're playing somebody that you're a little bit like, you know, perhaps better known than, or you think that like you have a little bit more of an edge. Like I've noticed that better players kind of tend to bring more defensive stuff into like other players, and like, you know, people on the opposite end of that tend to bring more like offense because there's fewer turns to have to get right against the legendary 4-0 Boomer. So we'll see if that, if that holds true. I have not seen this one yet, so very excited to see how this all plays out. Ready to get into it?
We are, yeah. Folks, if you're trying to beat McMegan, don't bring Stall.
Yeah.
You don't want to go 100 turns with McMegan, okay?
No, you do not. No, you do not. All right, here we go. Zapdos in. And Metagross in. Okay. Is Meta rock sliding or switching?
Bori comes in.
Double switch.
And that's another switch. Second game in a row now that we've seen Meta not make a turn one click.
Magneton.
And Bori's scrapped.
Let's see. Are we going to see counter Earthquake? Nope. Magneton gets the roll. Great start for Mayo here. Although a spike is down. We'll have to see if this is Magdoll. There is a doll, albeit on the other side.
Okay, Garay revealed on represented Earthquake. Yeah, Triangles just clicking the straightforward Earthquake, forcing Mayo to reveal something new, allowing Triangles to maneuver around.
Ooh,
and the Zap gets T-waved.
T-waved on this. And then here's Blissey. So we've got a double blob structure from Mayo against a double spin structure from Triangles. I wonder if this
who immediately set sand.
This is likely not a Pursuit Tar because you typically don't... Yep, and there we go. Focus Punch shown. Who's coming in on this? Metagross. Let's see how well it tanks this. What kind of Tar are we dealing with here? Is it a CB Tar? Doesn't look like it. Okay.
Could be just BKC.
Yeah, very well could be. Or like a fat like DD Tar or something like that. That's a nice thing about double spin is you don't have to run a Pursuit Tar to support the Fortress. So okay, and I imagine this Jirachi's probably bulkier on this kind of structure, maybe with like Wish to support the Fori.
Yeah, Triangles just takes the damage, is going to eat a pretty big Earthquake, but next Fire Punch, maybe it's a very favorable roll to kill, but representing a likely kill. Mayo pivots to the Snorlax.
Are we going to see a burn? We do! Okay.
Oh,
Withered Leaf
wow,
is
that's huge.
Withering in the heat. Blissey might have Aromatherapy. It is possible. Snorlax might also have Rest. Let's see. Okay, we're gonna see Curse here. And Rachi wishes up. Does this Lax have a move to properly pressure this Jirachi? We have not seen any move clicked so far.
Right. Yeah, and I'm not seeing anything on Mayo's side revealed thus far that loves dealing with Gengar. So I would expect, so far, you would think, well, the Lax probably has to have Shadow Ball.
Yeah.
So how many moves can it fit? Like, is it gonna be, you know, Rest, Shadow Ball, Curse, Body Slam? Just Earthquaking, getting the Tar, neutral damage with the +2 attack, as well as the burn.
Triangles maybe calling out a Rest there and hoping to be able to fire off some Focus Punches. Are we going to see a Rest? No, Lax appears to be restless and is just firing off those neutral Earthquakes after Curse has neutralized the burn, but looks like it's about to go down. Probably do a Fire Punch at this point. Yep, Fire Punch right there.
Well, it takes about half the Rachi and T-Tar health. The burn was very unfortunate for Mayo, but she's still able to squeak out a little bit of value. She's pressured both the Rachi and the T-Tar. I can't imagine she wants to allow the Gyarados to get T-waved or Body Slam parried, and that's exactly 60%? The risk that she's going to take.
Oh, okay.
Avoids it.
Not punished here. All right. Are we going to see Jirachi try to chip heal in the face of a Dragon Dance? Potentially. No, we are not. Straight to the Zapdos. Okay.
Okay.
who is the switch in? I mean, obviously it's probably going to be Blissey, but what's Triangles going to do about it?
Yeah, feels like the BKC tar
Magnetide.
could try to come in on Bliss. It's Mag instead, and Triangles does just click T-Wave. Get some nice chip.
Certainly, certainly. And since this is Body Slam Jirachi, which is, ooh, okay, reads a switch out. Gets parried.
Oh, the full pair is unfortunate, but no lefties on the Mag, so all that revealed is that Mayo was trying to catch a switch out. Triangles will switch out this time.
Doll on
And
the bolt.
just goes for T-Bolt that time. Might the
Gary.
Claydol like try to Psychic? Because this is a pretty free Gyarados, you would think.
Yeah, or double or something, but nope. Just playing it safe, not ripping any insane booms. Okay, switching to Metagross here on what can't conceivably be an Earthquake, and it is!
Wow, what a click from Triangles. I guess Mayo was maybe trying to get in front of the Rachi or T-Star and or catch a boom from the Claydol. Neither of which comes to fruition, and Triangle's in a nice spot now.
Oh, the bus has been parked. This could potentially be a big issue for Mayo here. I mean, Gyarados could potentially get through this if it's like Taunt or Substitute. I mean, but we've seen T-Wave already, so it would have to be Mono Gyarados for that to be the case. All right, Blissey getting Toxicked. And what has Blissey revealed so far? Blissey has not shown any moves. So if this is CM Bliss, this could be a way to make progress depending on the Zapdos set. Okay, we're going to see a raw T-Bolt here. T-Wave into the Jirachi. Okay, and since there's no Cleric on this team, I imagine that this Rachi is just parried. That is just going to be the way it is. So let's see if this Rachi gets parried. Does not. Blissey throwing off an S-Toss.
Yeah, and Triangle's using the Jirachi as a lure to try to bait Mayo to stay in with the Blissey. Now taking a lot of toxic damage, and you're either healing and taking a Focus Punch or leaving, coming back on a Spike. Gonna come in later at 27%.
There we go. Okay. And it's looking like Magneton is likely faster than this Tar, given how chunky it is. Is Mayo going to T-Bolt into the doll again? Yes. Triangles reads that.
Once more.
Triangles at very strong advantage at this point. You could always potentially break through with the setup sweeper, but Triangle's probably just going to go for the Earthquake, and Magneton is down. So no more Mag to throw into the face of these opposing mons. And Mag might have been pretty essential for breaking through Milotic, although hard to with Claydol always ready to switch in.
Yeah, I need to see more from the Blissey, but it does seem very difficult for Mayo to get through. Gonna pivot Bliss. Is it? Could you imagine if Triangles had just simply Earthquaked once more and taken out the Bliss?
That would have been crazy.
The Blissey, it will be able to heal. Rachi's gonna come in, and Triangles is gonna try to get the Rachi outside of Seismic Toss range. Can go for a Wish Protect.
I think he's already outside of it now with 252 HP Rachi, but will he get the Wish off? He does. Will he get the Tech
There
off?
it is. Needs the Protect. And even if you miss this, you get to heal up something else, like maybe that BKC tar, which I think is about half health.
That would be big.
And it looks like Triangles is going to specifically throw away the Rachi, maybe just to do that. And yeah, the T-Tar comes all the way back up to full health.
Nice
Well done by
maneuvering.
Triangles.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's the kind of line that that not everybody sees. Okay, Focus Punch. What's Blissey clicking? T-Wave. Another Focus Punch on the T-Wave in the set. Will it get it? It does! Blissey gone.
Gets through. And it's hard to imagine Mayo having enough at this point to get through the Milo.
Well,
I mean, how many?
to
You have an
see.
Intim here. How many Dragon Dances are you going to need? And the Milo has Recover. It's got Toxic.
Totally.
Of course, the Zapdos is a problem too.
It
and
is.
if you're not jolly with like HP Rock, Gara, like you're gonna need 2 HP Flies, and you basically need a full para exactly right now.
Okay, it's not looking like HP Rock Gara to me. Tanks that admirably. That is a really fat mens. Although this is okay, definitely like a Spadef rest Zapdos if it's doing that little to mens. Okay.
True.
Tiki Taka is in and unintimidated, so Boom is gonna claim something if it decides.
You got to get like 2 Rock Slide flinches along with the Toxic in order to stop the Claydol from booming.
That could be the line. Okay, opt to save the Ments, and are we gonna see the Boom? We do, in fact. Gara down, so it's just Ments versus the world, and
I think I agree with it. I think, but this is going to be very, very tough.
It's a dire situation. Park the Bus is in. It's going to have to miss a lot of toxics or get flinched a lot of times in a row. Mayo probably going to go for DD. Yeah, you kind of have to at that point just to make it likely.
You need the toxic miss.
No toxic miss.
Doesn't get it.
Hold up. Do we have DD refresh Ments? This is Mayo's last
chance.
Oh,
true.
That set
that
could
is
actually that set could just straight up win here if it's DD refresh brick, which sometimes gets loaded into stall. Going for Rock Slide, so it's looking like it's probably not refresh. Unfortunately,
yeah, if it were
Mayo.
refresh, that would have been a refresh click.
Yeah.
And Mayo simply doesn't have enough time left, folks. It's looking pretty over.
Yep. That's gonna be that.
Show rest Gara right friggin' now. Or rest Salamence, folks, excuse me.
Revival blessing the Gyarados. Get it back in here. Okay. really
wow.
solid stuff. Triangles 5-0.
That's crazy. That's insane, man. Very good stuff to Triangles.
Seriously. In the most prestigious team tournament of the year, best of 1, still managed to 5-0 it. How long can he keep this undefeated streak up?
I guess we'll have to tune in next week to find out. Don't forget to subscribe to Xtina, folks. I've been telling her to make a YouTube channel for a minute. She's finally done so. She's putting out awesome content. It's really cool to see what you're doing, Xtina, for the community and covering all these matches. We've needed this. The ADV community has needed this, and I just want to give you a shout out. You know, when I was first getting into watching ADV and like all the revival tournament videos with Jim and Mason and everybody, you were one of the first commentators that really stood out to me. Along with Jim, that I would like look forward to listening to all the videos and stuff. So appreciate being here featured on the video, and just like stoked to see you doing this content.
Yeah, I'm stoked to be doing it. Y'all should subscribe to Zetts and unsubscribe from Tetrafolium. And,
please, folks, unsubscribe from Tetrafolium.
It's essential. It's essential. All right. Okay. So looking at these teams, though, I like the double blob by Mayo. Maybe trying to catch like an offense or something, and she probably thought that she had it when Zapdos led. But this is a really, really cool team from Triangles here. The double spin to support the Milo, and also enabling you to get like a physical tar in to like be able to make more pressure. This is probably a Spadef Rachi, I imagine, given the fact that it has like body slam. And so I mean, maybe there was like an avenue where Mag could have trapped this because it's if it's slower, because it has to run minus speed to like get its body slam damage up, although it doesn't have to do that. I don't know. I really, really like this this style of team here from Triangles. Like, I am basically pretty sure that that given the fact that this is probably the special answer, like a combination of special answers here between like the Zap and the Jirachi. This is probably like a rest Zap, and this is probably Spadef Rachi, and then relying on like this is your rock resist with wish support. Claydol and Jirachi is such a brutal combo for like Aerodactyl to have to break through, and then Milotic just like incredible mixed wall, like
with the Fori on top of it too. Yeah,
totally. Like really, really cool.
Two notes for me on this.
Yeah.
Sorry to cut you off.
Please.
I'm thinking maybe that, by the way, because like the Death Wish that Rachi got to heal up the BKC tar towards the end, maybe it didn't have Protect. I've seen some Rachis like this have like hidden power fighting or something to shore up, like, in case to not let like DDT tar like come in and get completely out of control. And to me, like the biggest, I mean, there were some like awesome clicks from Triangles, like, Earthquaking with the Claydol and catching the Metagross and picking that off. But the Fire Punch burn on that Snorlax, I think that Lax was going to get a lot more value if Mayo doesn't get immediately burned.
Yeah, you're right.
We saw that it wasn't rest. And that, sometimes like the cookie just doesn't crumble your way.
It's true.
It would have been cool to see how the game, developed if that Lax was able to kind of punch a hole or two into Triangles' structure, and to kind of see how Mayo could have taken advantage of that.
Totally.
But that's Jirachi, man. That's Serene Grace, and that's why, to me, Rachi is it's got to be a top like 8 mon in the format.
Oh, absolutely. I agree 100% with you on that. Like, yeah, it looks like Triangle's big answer to that was kind of just spikes, sand, physical T-tar, maybe boom something. So yeah, I think the turn 1 burn certainly went Triangle's way on that, and that probably would have like forced a much bigger like defensive weakness for Mayo's team to potentially exploit there. Although the Spadef Zap looked like it was probably going to be pretty tough to break through. If it had Toxic, it could probably pressure Bliss pretty well. Like, yeah, that especially. Okay, yeah, T-Wave, Toss, like. This could have been a much longer and more strenuous game for Mr. Triangles had that not happened. But yeah, some really,
like if you
really
don't get
good
that
clicks.
burn, like it's not just the attack decrease on the Lax, of course.
The
It's
chip,
the
yeah.
passive damage.
Totally.
Like how do you deal with Lax if you're Triangles if you don't get that burn?
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
you have to exactly blow up on the plus defense cursed up Lax with Clay Ball. Like you have to like flinch it with BKC tar. Again, it has like, you know, defense boosts.
Totally.
So, you know, it happens. Unfortunate for Mayo, but I hope to see her continue to try to fight back. And there's, you know, 4 more weeks to go in the regular season.
That's
for
right.
a reason. And best of luck to both players moving forward.
Absolutely. Could not agree more. Okay, next up we've got Shitrocker Enjoyer versus 3 Blades, aka Mielke. So, these guys, Triangles, not Triangles, I've been talking about Triangles. Fruhdazi is also 3-1 in this pool right now, and has been bringing really cool stuff, playing phenomenally. Mielke made his debut not last week, the week prior. Mielke is 1-1 coming into this.
Right.
Had the Breloom first turn wake up moment against Johnald, where the Lavos theme and all that came in.
Right.
And so yeah, if any of you guys didn't know, Lavos, main antagonist of Chrono Trigger, he has a theme song. So I will probably in cases of particularly egregious hacks in the future, maybe be deploying the Lavos theme in future videos, regardless of the actual soundtrack. But Mielke, really strong player, has been really on the come up lately. Really happy to see Mielke in SPL here. And this, I believe, will be a battle of the Brazilians here.
It will be. And it's cool to see both of these gamers here. Mielke has just been super active in Discord all across the community, you know, making posts. He always answers questions that newer players have and shares his immense wealth of knowledge. Just like a very passionate and nice guy. Fruhdazi, you know, not quite old enough to drink if he were to live in the United States, nor would he be able to vote, I don't think.
That's true.
Because he's a young one, but he's just such a bright star. He has learned so much about this game and has you know, cemented himself as a top player. And many people going into week 1 of this season were looking at Shitrock Enjoyer himself at Fruhdazi and saying, I think he should be the favorite to do the best this season in the power rankings and everything. And one of the narratives was, okay, so this is, you know, he's been having this meteoric rise. He's done so well in all these different tournaments, but now he's actually the favorite. He's arrived at that part of his career. How is he going to handle that? And I guess the answer through 4 weeks is pretty damn well with a 3-1 record. I know these guys are very familiar with one another. They played countless times, and can't wait to see what they bring against one another.
Absolutely. Well, let's see. Here we go. Flygon lead. Oh, wow.
Wow.
Into T-Tar. Probably exactly what it wants. Is this choice band Flygon, as lead Flygon often is? Is it going to go straight for the Earthquake? It does.
It
Probably
does.
Gonna have to
It simply
switch out
does.
Here. It simply does.
Yeah, I imagine you will. And we're going to learn a little bit about his team. What's your answer to Mance? It's just a simple Blissey.
Takes the Dragon Claw. Okay. Are either of these players... Okay, Mence definitely forced out here. Mixed Mence does not want to try to break crit. Okay.
Is Dazzy just double?
Dazzy in the chat
he
typing
flamethrowers.
Calc. Ooh, okay. Is this Fire Ice Blissey? Is this Fire Grass CM like Blaise brought last week? Skarmory in on the Celebi. On the Leech Seed. Okay. Free opportunity to take a spike here.
Yeah, looked like Dazzy was trying to catch probably a Skarmory as the Celebi came in with Fire Move from the Blissey a moment ago. And both spikers are revealed. Here's the Fori.
Okay.
And Fire Move on Blissey is nice to have against a Fortress matchup.
Very much so, although a little less nice once it's been revealed. Thief! Okay, that's wonderful into the Fortress matchup, who otherwise gives Skarm a pretty hard time. If the Skarmory has Peck, it can be a little better. Fori often having Wish support, maybe from the Mence, maybe from something else. Gar is into Spin Block. And blocking the spin. Okay.
Nice. Yeah, I haven't seen... I guess this is probably some sort of Superman with just lead Flygon.
Yeah.
Just letting the cat out of the bag a little earlier. But Moltres in the back to deal with Wisp, always helpful. Wisp can be one of the most difficult clicks in the entire game to navigate in the builder. And Charizard
Ooh.
and Moltres can be... Oh, it's Gyarados Superman. Whoa.
Okay. Does this Gyarados have rest to get rid of this burn? Because switching it in there, like, that was a very likely either Flamethrower or Fire Blast or Wisp turn, and Fruhdazi just happy to tank that. This is Gyarados Superman by the looks of it. Dragon Dance is up.
Yeah,
Okay.
I've seen like Rest Dragon Dance, like Sleep Talk Mono Gara. It's
Yeah.
got to be Rest and or Aroma support from the Bliss. There's no way he goes Gara and risks that Wisp otherwise.
Agreed. Very much so. Okay. Taken a lot from D-Claw there. Gyarados is pretty nice, natural Spadef, and it's faster thanks to the Dragon Claw. We're going to see Rest here if it stays, and it does. Okay.
Yeah. And Fruhdazi will take that because that's permanent chip on the Ments. He does take 30% for his troubles now, and this is a tough turn because obviously you'd love to go Bliss, but 2 Brick Breaks on top of a Spike could be disastrous.
And Mielke goes for it, but gets the crit. Okay. Still less than the low roll Dragon Claw, so that's something. Gyarados can opt for another sleep turn here. Let's see if
at this point probably just burn second turn. And
yeah,
I think you simply have to rest again. I would think you can't switch out this low of a percent. Mielke could try to pivot around on this rest turn, but it looks like he's just going to simply stay in and keep clawing.
Just keep fishing for crits. What's Fruhdazi gonna do about it? Nothing so far. And are we gonna see a stay this time? We do. Is Mielke gonna go for brick again? Does not. Okay. So Gyarados probably. Well, I don't know if he's intending to loop through all 24 Dragon Claws. Let's see how many we have so far. So we have. Okay, so 17 remaining. Okay.
It looks like he has just enough bulk to loop these, assuming he doesn't get crit, of course. But I wonder if there's enough high rolls if Mielke actually could kill it in 3 claws.
Yes, because we've seen a 33% Dragon Claw, so it is very possible to bump it down into that range where the 6% damage would take it over the threshold. Finally opts to switch out. Okay.
And gets the Skarmory in on Dragon Claw. This could bait Fire Move. This could allow the Blissey to try to come in a bit more safely.
That, I think, is a great... Oh, an Aerodactyl. Okay, are we going to see a burn? Fire Blast click.
Oh my god, it was Fire Blast. Avoid the burn does so. And the arrow is here.
Yes, let's
Rock
see what...
move looks amazing. There's got to be a rock
resist
resist in the back
Yep,
from Mielke.
exactly. I was wondering, is it Pert? Is it Metagross? But with Fortress, I would imagine probably Pert. Okay, so we've got all 6 revealed versus all 6 revealed. I imagine on a structure like this, maybe Mielke's Ments might have Wish, because we've seen Dragon Claw, Brick Break, and Fire Blast revealed. Maybe, and you got Celebi to handle opposing Pert, so that would free up space for Wish to support the Pert, and this Tar, okay, it Rock Slides, but it's a pretty weak Rock Slide. Maybe it is still Pursuit Fortress. It might have Ice Beam. Let's see if Fruhdazi scouts for that.
Doesn't seem that way.
Toxic.
Okay, and Fori tries to come in on the Toxic. Nice. Yep. So these spikes are only going to affect the Bliss, of course, but again, if that Bliss is required for Wish and or Aroma support, getting additional layers can be huge to pressure that.
Totally.
And Fire Move revealed. Mielke, nice job scouting that. Flygon can carry Fire Move to pressure the Spikers. More often going to be Skarm.
Definitely. Okay, and yeah, this is minus Spadef gone if you run a Fire Move, so you can keep Flygon's nice speed tier, so you will not take... Oh! Okay.
Oh, stays in. Actually stays in to get the Toxic off. Doesn't land it, though.
Brutal.
So unfortunate.
Yeah.
That was a nice gambit from Dazi, because this Ments is threatening to everything on his team.
Okay.
The protect, the looping, the protect on the Skarm.
Yeah. Okay.
There could have been so many opportunities to chip that.
The fact that it took a Dragon Claw has me thinking maybe it's like a minus special attack or minus speed mix gone there. I guess like a mixed def gone, but yeah. Okay.
Wow, the Bliss comes in. Had that been a Brick Break click, that might have just been
that
the
would have
game.
been absolutely devastating. Yeah. Ooh, that's a lot
Goes
of damage.
for it, and 56 is more offensively invested, and Dazi is going to trade the Ments for the Bliss.
Yeah.
Now the Flygon has that fewer Mon that can pressure it. It might be able to protect Chip Heal back up to health. No Aroma or Bliss support, Wish support, excuse me, from the Bliss. What a development.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, like with how much that brick did, I wonder if that was like a physically invested mix fence, which you see around sometimes. And maybe it had like rock slide in the last slot or something.
Could have had rock slide over HP grass. And getting rid of the Ments for Dazi is also huge for the prospects of him trying to make progress with the arrow. Of course, the pert is going to be difficult to get through, but now the fact that there's no Intim, especially if arrow does pick up a kill, like going arrow or going Ments, getting an Intim off and being able to like pressure Dazi, that's not going to be happening anymore.
Definitely not. Okay, psychicking down the Skarmory, Spadef drop, that's pretty big. Okay, but gets its 3 layers up, and we still have a full HP Gengar to spin block here. So, alright, and Fori's still got a decent amount of HP left, but Psychic with the Spadef drop takes that out. Nothing you really want to switch into a Psychic here from Shitrock Enjoyer, so with those 3 spikes up and a Gar up, should be able to maintain that spikes advantage, hopefully. So, thank you, Skarmory, you've served your purpose.
Is it HP Fly?
It is.
It is, and what an amazing mid-ground click. This could allow the T-Tar in. I wonder if Dazi will try to pivot in front of a T-Tar switch.
Okay. Yeah.
What hidden power is that?
That, doing
Fire?
neutral on that, it could be for opposing forest.
Oh, the Fori is whisked.
Yeah. Okay, and since it did the same amount, a little more actually,
yeah,
I
it's
think
not
you're right.
physical.
It's fire.
Special.
Yeah.
That's HP Fire from the Fori, and the Fori is effectively dead now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ooh,
these 3 spikes
turn.
will be here.
Toxes on a potential
Goes
switch,
for Toxic.
What else are you gonna do, I guess? Fish for another more chip. But those spikes are now here to stay, which will be a real problem for the 3 grounded Mons remaining on this side of the field. They've all got a decent amount of health, but 3 spikes is no joke.
Celebi has revealed Psychic, and it's an easy click to make. Arrow is low now. Arrow is not going to be able to pivot in on a move. Dazi is going to have to click here and eventually sack off additional Pokemon in order to get the arrow in. And we're going to start to see... Oh, wow.
Fly
another
connects?
HP
Okay.
Fly click.
Are we going to see Pursuit here? We are not. What are we going to see instead? Substitute!
It's
wow.
Oh, Sub Punch could get through the Flygon.
That's
oh my
cool.
gosh.
Yeah, it very much could. So we're going to see attack here, I imagine, to try to chip heal a little bit back up. But this is probably Boatar with Crunch as a means of dealing with the Gar. You can't really suit it, but you can still take a big bite out of it. And this, let's see if Gon is able to tank this.
I don't imagine it will. I think it's going to take
be really low.
about this much.
Okay.
It does live. It barely lives. That's huge, actually.
Yeah, absolutely massive. And
do you Toxic here? What do you click if you're the Flygon?
Arrow switch it in. Okay.
What a stay from Mielke! He risks the T-Tar, catches the arrow. Dazi was trying to get in front of something else coming in like the Molt, and that might be the game.
Well, let's see. They definitely both have outs here, I'd say. Moltres, okay. Are we going to catch it with a Toxic? We do catch it with a Toxic! Okay. This is massive.
Okay, that's something.
Yeah.
The Gara is low, but I guess the question is, if you can deal with the T-Tar, can the Gara just loop? There is Leech Seed considerations. The Gengar can't fight the Celebi. Agility Moltres is insane for Mielke.
Yeah.
I knew it got it, but I've never seen this.
Oh,
That's crazy.
I used to have a build with Call Bind Pass to Agility Moltres that I won a couple tour games with. But yeah, on this team, we're not going to see a CM Pass. We're just going to see Agimolt. That might have been HP Ice as a means of dealing with Aerodactyl, which doesn't one-shot, but...
How many sleep turns on the Gara?
Gyarados has...
Is it about to wake up?
It has 1 turn remaining.
Oh, it's dead.
Dazi
has to sack it.
Yeah,
I guess the Toxic is adding up, though.
Yeah, it is. And okay,
Go Flygon on HP Grass?
Is it Ice? It is Ice. Okay, yes.
Oh, it was Ice, not Grass.
That's what you want on Agi. So and you still do need a little bit of chip on Arrow to net that kill, but yeah, it's still very nice. It lets you like kind of clean through it with that speed boost late game, but yeah, tore right through that. Okay. And crits the Gyarados.
Oh, the crit Ice is that could matter. Was it not about to wake up?
I think it has 1 turn remaining of sleep. But Molt would have. I mean, it would have been like sort of a 1-for-1. So I don't think it was very impactful. And then this
Gar alone do it. The team is chipped. Celebi is clicking Psychic. Can Ice Punch do 51?
Okay,
you need a freeze.
Psychic connects, and 3 Blades takes it over Fruhdazi.
That was crazy. What a close match. A single crit or a freeze there, and I think Gar might have had enough in the tank to finish off the Pert and the T-Tar.
Yeah.
The sub BKC Tar was like so unexpected. I don't think Dawsey was expecting that to be able to get so much value against the Flygon.
Totally.
And the stay, the rock slide in front of that Flygon in that interaction to take out the rest of the arrow,
that was awesome.
Won the entire game for me.
It did.
And that was the play.
Yeah, that was truly crazy. Yeah, this is looking like a Viltar, which that's so interesting that like for a HP Fire Fortress to like dual other spikers, and wow, yeah. So not running with the conventional wisdom of Fortress demanding a Pursuiter, because yeah, I imagine that this probably just had HP Bug in the last slot. And then physical offensive Salamence. Yeah, I gotta say, I like this a lot more than my Agimolt team. And then Wisp at the last slot, that makes sense, so it can still function as a regular Moltres. But yeah, what a performance from Agimolt here. Able to just like pick off the Gyarados, and yeah, that rest loop that Mence forced it into. Yeah, this is, and yeah, leftovers perks, got enough put on this. Like really cool teams from both sides.
Interesting brings. I also want to applaud Mielke pivoting the Fori out in the mid game from the Flygon after getting it thieved and seeing Flamethrower on the Blissey. Still respecting the prospect that Fire Move was on 2 Mon that it's not always featured on. Like when you see Fire Move Blissey, like I would think, okay, well then he's not going to also have the Fire Move on Flygon. But it was, and Mielke scouted it, he played around it.
That's awesome.
And that kind of careful play allowed him to take this one home, and that's that's impressive stuff from Mielke.
Absolutely, yeah, no, we absolutely love to see it. Mielke up now at 2-1, very much deserved. Dawsey sitting at a respectable 3-2 record. Yeah, just really cool stuff from both sides. I like this game quite a lot.
2 of the best in the game right now, folks. Gonna be exciting to see them in week 6 and beyond.
Absolutely. All right, moving on to our final game of the week. We have Pixie 909 versus Endill. Pixie, aka Blaise, another up-and-comer. I think either she or Fruhdazi are the youngest in the pool. Definitely like a really great player, great builder, just one of ADV's freshest, sharpest minds, and I believe that she is 1-1 coming into this, having substituted in for Scarfarim. And Endill is a player who has been in SPL before, very experienced tournament player, really strong player. But unfortunately sitting at a 1-3 record right now, despite playing phenomenally and despite being part of what I think was, many people would agree, the most impressive set so far of SPL, Endill versus Johnald. That's in week 3 for those of you who didn't catch that and are not scared of 400 plus turn games. But yeah, both really strong, really just cool players to watch. Any thoughts on this before we get into it?
That Endill Johnald match, maybe one of my favorite ADV matches I've ever seen, despite it going 400 turns. I watched it live with a bunch of people in one of the servers, and that was just an experience. It was unlike anything, and you know, somebody had to win, somebody had to lose, but like hats off to both players for putting on such a freaking show, and hoping that this match can even like live up like half as well to a match like that. It's our last one of the week, and excited to get into it.
Me as well. All right. Is Endill going to bring a more defensive structure as he's been doing for most of this tournament? Let's find out.
It's going to be lead Marowak.
It's going to be lead Marowak, certainly. T-Tar versus Mence. Okay, so looking right off the bat, not like a stall mirror, given both of these guys. It's probably balance at the bulkiest. Me coming in on Mence and Brick Breaks. Okay, that is looking like CB damage to me. And it is. Okay, so that's definitely
that is
a
CB.
Def me and CB Mence who's going to have to switch out. Is me going to throw off a T-Wave? No. Goes right to Celebi. Okay, so we've seen double Nat Cure from one side. Blissey probably going to be Wish Mence supporting the CB Mence. Or Wish Bliss, rather. And, okay, Blissey, what's it going to click? S-Toss. So, yeah, looks like we're looking at potentially a Mono Bliss with Thunderbolt and a Cleric move, or maybe it's got Ice Beam. But Blissey's probably going to switch, because you're not really making any progress into that Celebi. Okay, T-Tar in on Psychic, very
on
nice
a Psychic,
very,
brilliant.
Very nice.
That's exactly how you want to pivot this in, and If it's DD, like you just get to click it here, or you get to utilize this positional advantage.
Wow.
Blaise
That's
on
awesome.
phase, just leech seeding into the tar.
Yeah,
That's
calling
impressive
it,
stuff.
calling the double there. Okay, and Starmie coming in, gonna get healed up by these leech seed, and okay, Endill not even gonna bother, knowing the Starmie is just gonna come in. So Blissey is in, very much so. All right, what is gonna get clicked here? Thunderwave into the Blissey. What's Blissey gonna do back? Nothing. A whole lot of nothing.
Not much for now.
Not much for now. Given the fact that we've seen Seismic Toss, I think Thunderbolt's pretty unlikely, and it seems like Blaise thinks that as well. Paralyzed. The suspense is building. What is the Blissey gonna click?
It's trying to click something.
It sure is. It sure is. Okay. Time to die. It's a good Scarm name. Let's see if it does die. We've seen a CB Ment, so it very well might just get a spike and get gunned down
there could be
by...
Mag.
Yeah. We might see a Mag
Could
dump
be Scar
here.
Mag.
There it is.
There it
yep,
is.
Absolutely.
There it is with the CB Ments.
Yep, CB Ments' favorite partner, Magneton, is in. So time to die is right. Unless, is she able to chain multiple protects in a row and get a low roll T-Bolt? Let's see. Let's see. One tech down. What do you got, Blaise? You got that 50%? You got that RNG? Okay.
You're gonna need some more.
Yup.
And sub mag is rare, but I would be a little concerned about giving my opponent a huge lead.
That would be
one more protect though, or you could just go
And
for the roll here. Doesn't
time to die. Time to die. And I like that that's the only named Pokemon so far. We've seen Tyranitar, Starmie, Celebi. Time to die. Okay, Pert coming in as the last for Endill. Cool, cool.
It is Pert last. Fire Blast,
Ooh.
T-Tar lead, and the burn is crazy.
It is. Let's see. Is this Refresh Pert?
If it's not, that could be game changing. And
Certainly.
the fact that it didn't stay in, I mean, maybe you're worried about that just being mixed tar with HP Grass and not wanting to lose the rest of the Pert.
I certainly would be. Yeah, I think that is probably what's going on there.
Like you said earlier, the Bliss is almost certainly Wish to support the CB Ments, which is getting chipped in sand. So it's not going to have Aroma. And if the Pert doesn't have Refresh, stepping on that spike and taking 6% chip every single time it comes in, Blaise can just kind of repeatedly leech seed stuff and slowly whittle things down over a period of time. That's going to be difficult for Endill to deal with.
Yeah, scouting out Celebi's intentions here. So far, Celebi has revealed Leech Seed and Psychic. So we don't know if this is Leech 3A, we don't know if this is Recover. Given the fact that we've seen a Def Me and a Skarmory, I think we could assume that it probably is. Okay, Leech Seed. Endill probably going to take his first spike of the game, given that it is going to be turn 20, even if Starmie's going to come in, but maybe he'll double. Let's see what he does. Okay. A stay implies spikes to me. This
Absolutely.
Toxes it. Okay. Just does not even
tries
bother.
to toxic the Starmie, I suppose. But after being leech seeded, like I don't know. You're like just staying in so many turns and losing so much health on the Skarmory.
Okay, and now this is a turn. Okay, nice stuff from Endill. So this, I wonder, is this like a crunch ments potentially? Let's see.
Is it Pursuit Tar?
We're not seeing Pursuit click this time. Okay, Grass. Okay, solid.
Or Bug. Could be HP
or
Bug BKC.
You're absolutely right. You're so right. Because yeah, that would have hit into Starmie and that. So yes, you're totally on the money for that. Okay, Brick Intimid
gets in on a Brick. That's huge.
Yeah, but not.
Getting some turns right with CB Ments could be a way for Endill to try to break through some things. I mean, clicking HP Fly here and like almost killing the Celebi could have been horrible for Blaise, but it's tough to click in front of the T-Tar.
Yeah, especially a Tar that has revealed Brick Break and Fire Blast, which very well could have Ice Beam. Maybe it's Crunch. It could be. But yeah, the burn on that Pert, it's gonna have to have a way to remove it itself for that not to be an absolutely massive deal. Starmie coming in on a Wish. Soul Read there.
And the Starmie's gonna heal up so much. So much of the progress is gone now.
Yeah.
And that does look like BKC Tar, so I don't see a great way to deal with this defensive Starmie. This thing looks like it's going to be around for a long time. It
is going to be a nuisance for sure. You kind of got to snipe it with something. Like, the fact that it's turn 27 and we still haven't seen Spike even clicked. It's very present. It's got a very menacing aura. Oh, and gets T-Tar up on the Wish. Okay, so both these guys are just throwing heals around like crazy. They might just be able to get their entire teams back up to full. Pert coming in on the Wish. Okay, so at least Burn will not be killing it strictly.
And Blaise doubling the Starmie, just allowing the Wish to come down, not wanting to click anything.
definitely.
Might we refresh now?
Let's see.
It looks like we will be.
Oh, rest. Okay. So that bird is not the most impactful, although forcing a rest early, especially after a wish was clicked just to get rid of that, certainly is. And the pert's going to have to wake itself up manually. There's no cleric on a team like this. I'm like,
right, there's no room.
Sure. Yeah, you can't fit wish and aroma, right? Right?
It's incompatible. It's
that's
it's
right.
literally impossible.
Yes, you're absolutely right, because it's it's an event move. Very true. I completely forgot about that. Because yeah, people totally
okay, well,
that
yeah.
if they could. Okay.
The rest perk gives Endill the possibility to try to go for stalling leech seeds, and that might be the way. If Celebi can't just make that click and make free progress, and while also like getting chip heals for its teammates, that could be a way for Endill to try to make some progress.
It's true, yeah, especially if this is like curse rest perk, which I imagine it probably would be on a team like this, because you, other than CB Ments, you don't really have anything too great into Suicune.
Yeah, like Suicune, Milo, Bliss. Like you need some way to break some of those like defensive waters and blobs.
Totally. So I imagine that's probably what this is. Tox connecting on the tar and no lum on this guy, trading a fat chunk of Skarm's health. Yeah, it absolutely could be. So that's like.
But alongside Wish, that could be well worth it. You can heal up the Skarmory later. We haven't seen. I mean, what do we suspect would be in the bag for Blaise? Like maybe this could be unemployed. This could be Bliss with Aroma.
Ooh, that's very true. Yeah, you definitely need some kind of rock resist for Blaise. So, since we've already got a spinner. Ooh, wait, let's see. Pursuit.
Oh, pursuited the
and it crits. Oh my god. Okay.
What a play from Blaise.
Seriously.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that is. And with how much that did with the crit, I mean, Pursuit plus a spike still would have pressured that guy immensely. But outright killing it with a crit really drastically reduces the options here, especially since the last mon has not been revealed. If Blaise has another rock type attacker in the back, like an Aerodactyl or a DD Ments or something, then you kind of just, I mean, well, Magneton still exists, but that's not really a switch-in. Like, you can still play games with the Ments' Intimidate, but things are looking really scary defensively for Endill, and that was a big progress maker as well. Now the responsibility is pretty much solely on the Ments to make progress, and it doesn't have spike support given the presence of the Def Me.
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering if there's like a meta for Blaise.
There could be. And Hidden Power Grass. Oh no, things are even more. Well, I guess it's not that bad given the fact that Pert is down. But I was gonna say, like, if Blaise's Celebi has Hidden Power Grass, that's gonna be a real problem for Pert as well. But yeah, I think
Bug is a free click here if you want to. Oh, just pivoting to Scar. Okay, wanting to get some chip heal. You can protect Toxic Stall the T-Tar as well.
Makes sense. And gets Blissey in, and you'll go in for some gamer clicks here. But Blaise going for some gamer clicks too. Oh my god. Oh my gosh, what a brick break. Seriously. That's wild.
What does the tar have? What is it revealed?
So far we've seen all of its moves. So it's a tar with brick break.
And it's slower. The tar's slower than the Bliss, so Endill actually can just soft-boiled in its face. Toxic is gonna tick.
Totally.
And I don't think Blaise wants to take this trade. You don't want to take like 3 or 4 crit opportunities.
I mean, she's seems like she's going for it so far. Will there be a certain point at which the Toxic Tick is not worth another crit fish? Because just able to keep healing up.
Maybe there's a Doug in the back. Maybe Blaise is thinking, if I just die and keep the Blissey low enough, I can revenge with Doug and win from there. Yeah, that is a very, very sensible decision there. And okay, Endill not opting for a Seismic Toss. That coming in. Yeah. But let's see. Going down to 60%. Yeah. Will a Doug even be able to finish this thing off? Let's see if we are going to see a Doug here. We're going to see some kind of pressure on it. And Metagross. Okay, there's the Rock Resist. What meta set are we dealing with here? Let's see. Is this Choice Band? I can't imagine it would be, and it is not. It's not. Could be a Jill. Could be like Protect Defensive. That's true. Although with that 22 damage on that, I'm leaning definitely more towards like offensive investment given how much it did to Skarmory. So this could be Agility. It could be 4 attacks. It very well could still have Protect, but I'm not leaning towards it being an overly defensive one. Roared out. Are we going to see the last Mon? We do not. Oh, it's a Starmie. Not what Endill wanted to see. Certainly not. This is tough. The Blissey is low. You got to get it in, but if Blaise can double the meta or a physical Mon in front right now. Yeah, or just take the spin. No spikes, no just progress. Take the spin. Because if you look at Skarmory is on its last legs, 18%. I don't know if there's a Mon on the field it can spike in front of without dying. I guess if it has Protect, which it has not shown yet,
then it's possible that it could do so in front of meta, but okay, just going right for surf there.
And Blaise can just surf here and deny the wish pass to most Pokemon.
Totally.
The Mence can get a wish here, but
you don't want to get it T-Wave.
the Mence also risks T-Wave, yeah, and Skarm is dead to surf if clicked, and it is. No more spikes.
Blaise calls
no
it.
more pert.
That was a tough turn. And
Blaise
heals up the
really
Magneton. And I think that speaks to how dire of a spot Endill is in, that we have to wish up the Mag. But it's good pressure on the Starmie. Paralyzes the Magneton.
It's parried.
Tough. It sure is.
Oh, the full pair is so sad. You were going to kill the Starmie. That would have been some progress.
Yeah, and I guess Blaise went for that. Blaise says, "My B," understandably. Yeah, because that would have been really big. Even with the spiker down, that still would have been absolutely massive, because that's an entirely another hurdle that Blaise has to climb, and none of her mons are particularly well suited to doing so. If that did a little bit more damage, Sand would have killed before Leech Seed kicked in, but not so. Okay, if Celebi has recovered, it's probably clicking it here, and it does. Oh man.
And that's very much going to outpace unless you can get a crit, and Endill just not on the receiving end of any luck this game, unfortunately for him.
Mm-hmm. It is very sad. I'm a CB Mets enjoyer, but yeah, this is not one of its stronger showings, to be sure, matchup-wise. Blaise might not even need a last Pokemon. It's looking like Metagross, if it is agility, could just tear through this. There isn't a single mon it can't outright kill at this point. If Mence does a little bit more Sand Chip, Meteor Mash will be finishing that off, and Intim's not... There's no Intim mind games to be played with a Metagross, so it might come down to Mash hitting or not. Okay, Mence in on meta.
Mence is here.
We got a chance. We got a chance for a big CB hit.
CB EQ, I think it was unlikely to kill. Blaise is going to go Starmie and scout the click. It's going to be Rock Slide.
Okay. I guess Endill reading at unrevealed last airborne mon, potentially trying to catch a DD Salamence coming in, which would have been quite the click. Let's see if Metagross has Lum. Probably not, since it's the primary rock resist. Yep. Okay.
And this is where the meta starts winning the game.
Yeah.
For Blaise.
Is it
Nothing
can
go come in,
and it does. Agility. Okay.
Yeah, that's just gonna
right
win.
Here. It very well might, depending on if the Meteor Mashes connect. There is still a chance. All
We're gonna go Mence on EQ, and we're gonna play to you get to see if it's Rock Slide, or you can try to force it to boom.
That's true.
And
it could
if
be
you're
Rock
Endill,
Slide.
if the meta is forced to boom right now, I guess he could just Meteor Mash. He represents no Rock Slide.
Huh. Blaise wanting a little
gets
bit
a
more
Celebi
chip
in
on
on
that
EQ.
Mence. I guess because if you... Okay, that makes sense. Because probably not Rock Slide then, because I think if you have Rock Slide, you just pull the trigger there. Maybe it was...
my gosh.
Yeah, okay, there's Arrow. That's really bad too.
That's horrible.
That's the last thing you want
to
see.
That's terrifying.
Okay,
the pursuit crit on the pert.
No Soul Read from Blaise. Doesn't need one because Magneton doesn't have leftovers. Are we just gonna see dropping the rocks? Wow. Okay.
Okay, well there that goes.
Yeah, Endill's chances are looking slimmer and slimmer and slimmer. Arrow might not even have to switch out. Let's see if she opts to anyway. She does. Okay, keeping all the options safe. All right.
Yeah, I think typically Arrow can't quite do 47 with Rock Slide to BKC Tar.
Okay, and now it looks like Blaise might not even have to go for an Agi here. Yeah, she doesn't.
Wow, that will pick off the meta.
Mm-hmm.
And this is tough.
Yeah.
I don't even know what you click. I really don't. I don't know how you win this.
I think you just gotta pray for a crit. Doesn't get it. Mash miss?
Yeah.
Doesn't get that either. And it looks like Metagross is just gonna... If Callus was here, we all know it would be happening next turn. Okay.
That's all, folks.
That's all.
Will Blaise go for differential or just pull the trigger and take a win on Endill?
Yeah,
nice W for Blaise.
Seriously, yeah, that is awesome. Blaise now at 2-1 this tournament, and Endill, I mean, despite playing very, very well, sitting at 1-4 tragically. Wow, yeah. What do you think of this one?
I think, given this matchup, like I was saying, against the Def Me, it's really tough to keep the spikes up. You need to game a little bit. You need to try to double mag in front of the Starmie if you already have a spike. And the thing is, trying to play a longer game to deplete Blaise of resources like Leech Seed. any one turn, you're likely not to get hacks. But over the course of these longer sequences where you're slowly whittling down their resources, if Blaise just gets lucky one time and gets like a huge crit, your structure starts to fall apart. You're forced into all these difficult decisions. You kind of have to take risks that you wouldn't want to take. And slowly but surely, Blaise was able to convert a couple fortunate circumstances into a fully converted win. And I think that was a very impressive executed strategy from her. I also think Endill put up a damn good fight. He made Blaise earn it in the end. And that's Pokemon.
Yeah, absolutely. That is Pokemon indeed. Yeah, that one spike just did so much work. So time to die, but you will live on, Skarmory, in the impact of your one spike in the sand. Yeah, that's definitely a little issue that Skarmag can have sometimes, is you're accepting the one spike, at the very least. Sometimes if you don't get the roll on Magneton, then you might be playing under 2. And so that's definitely another way that Wish Blissey helps out. But yeah, I like this 6. It's just, it did not hit the matchup it was looking for. This is a team that definitely you've seen a lot over the ages. This 6 right here, and it's certainly putting in work here. Good prep from Blaise and from her team on this, and yeah, she made some great clicks, like reading that he had to go to Blissey on the fire move to potentially play around and just going right for the brick break. Like, she did not have her foot off the gas for a single moment this game. And even then in the end game, like when she could have just tried to go for the Metagross win, and I feel like a lot of players would, she was like, well, let's hold on a second, and waited for Salamence to just get a little bit more chipped by sand, and switched out a +2 Metagross to just go for it later. Really good restraint from Blaise. Like, yeah, just I think like a phenomenally played game on her side. And yeah, she did have a good matchup here, but matchup is not everything in a game like this.
Yeah, there's something to be said about that turn where she had the agility Metagross in front of that Mence, goes Celebi. She might have realized, like, I think this mash kills, but like if I miss it, like I could lose. So like, why am I going to lose 15% of the time? I think they have to Earthquake. Let's just go Celebi and get a little bit more chip. Maybe try to kill the Mence with something else, and then we can just convert a higher EV or expected value.
Yeah, totally.
And that's, those marginal decisions where you turn an 85% likelihood to win into 90 or beyond. Those are the kind of small little decisions that these top players are making. Maybe you're getting higher on the ladder. Maybe you had like a good run in a circuit tournament, but you're not like, you might not be operating at this level. You might not be seeing that level of success. And sometimes it's the little things that can make that kind of a difference.
Totally. Very, very true. Well, great games this week. This was a phenomenal time, and thank you so much for being on for this.
Totally. Thank you so much for having me. Have been looking forward to this. I'm glad that I'm now finally caught up on SPL Week 5, and I can continue watching 6 as the matches happen. If possible, I might start covering some SPL matches live. I do a lot of live commentary and stuff on my channel. If anybody's interested in that sort of thing, cover some mushy stuff, do some ladder stuff. I've really fallen in love with the ADV format since discovering Jim and his content. Always like shouts and love to Jim and the rest of the community. ADV is friggin' sick. And again, I'm really glad that an established member of the community like you is doing this and covering SPL as it happens. We've needed this, and now we have it. So thank you.
Wonderful. We do have it, and we will have more of it next week. And I will see all of you then. Subscribe to Zetts. See you guys.
Peace.